22nd of October. Just visiting the site a week after. You can see quite a lot of changes at the front here.
Light bulb.
All right.
Okay. Come on, sit.
Let me tell you.
Light bulb.
Okay, so we've had one extra week, and I can see there's quite a lot of work that you have done at the front here.
Yeah, I mean, all the scaffold is all gone, it's all fitted.
The scaffold is all gone.
The plumbers have made a start.
Yeah.
You can't see it now. You'll be able to see it from underneath. We're taking all the wheels down. The electric ducting has been put in.
Okay.
That side is not being done. That's the one we're waiting for. We're waiting for the plumber to finalize. So just on one hit, we called the company once. This is the big drilling, the company that came and did the core holes.
Yeah.
They're due for one. I think I've said this before as well.
Yeah.
They're due to come and put a hole through there.
Yeah.
And put a hole through the areas of where the baths are.
Okay.
So because you've got wet floors,
Yeah.
and they're flush to the floor,
Yeah.
you can't. There's no shower tray.
Right.
So there's nowhere to take the pipe out because it's not lifted, it's flush to the floor. So you actually have to drill through the floor and take it out from the soffit, from underneath, and hide it in the ceiling. There's enough there. So things like that, that is all going to be done by the same company who's done before.
Yeah.
We'll call them out and they're going to do that bit from there. Inside here, this side was, because it's a smaller size pipe, we can do that ourselves.
Right.
So that's been put in. Now we're waiting for bricks to arrive, which we're just waiting. This is going to be done next week. The bricks are arriving,
Right.
and then we'll be building this wall and the pillars here, and then all this lot can go. This is all, as you know, tomorrow they'll pour the concrete here.
Okay.
And this will be solid. We'll be able to put the bricks on here. Now we've got nowhere to put anything anywhere.
Yeah.
The scaffold is all gone as well. So anyway, that's what's on here. This is an important thing that needs to be done.
Right.
This is the concrete base for the pathway, which will also is the foundation for the side walls, and is also going to form the bin area, etc., whatever is in the planning detail. So we're just waiting for the bricks to arrive for that. So this will be done this week, or tomorrow, Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to dry. Monday we can start with that. Next week it's all sequential, one thing after another.
Yeah.
For that, can't be done any quicker. This automatically here forms that square for that.
The
So
window.
this is done. I can give them final measurements for what this is going to be. So this will get neat and tidy. You can see the tanking going on downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the tanking process going on downstairs. Next week they'll be doing the floor. This week they're just doing. Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean the windows here, doors here, but they've kept the glass out so it doesn't get damaged.
Yeah.
For access, etc.
Right.
So here, all the electric's done. There's nothing other than the underfloor heating will now go down,
Right.
and then it's just the plasterwork. There's nothing more. This has only been taken off for specific reasons. It was already, the plasterboard was already off before. So here, apart from wet finishes and the underfloor heating, there's nothing else to do.
Right.
Same here. They're just using. This is going to be continued.
Yeah.
All the cabling, etc., is done.
Yeah.
Heat sensor, this is for the plumbing. The white wires are the controllers for the zones, different zones. So 2 zones on this floor. The bathroom here is being revised now,
Yeah.
and they decided to now put a shower here as well.
Okay.
If you remember, the bath was going here. We're going to reduce the size of the bath by a little bit,
Yeah.
and also angle it a little bit and turn it a little bit this way, put it a little bit tighter, so that we can get a sink here now. Because originally, if you see, this is where the sink was, for the vanity units, etc. This is for that. So now the sink is going to go here. The toilet still goes here, and then the shower goes there. So they want to have a shower here as well as that. Now, because initially they were going to put the shower head on top of the bath, but then they've got no way of, if the water's going to splash everywhere.
Okay.
So they said, let's just put a wet room, make it a wet room and put it there. So seeing as we're doing it upstairs, we're doing exactly the same downstairs.
Right.
So that's an addition that they've done. But everything else other than that, this is a solid wall. Obviously, just a hardybacker, and the tiling will go straight on the hardybacker over there. Nothing much.
So the plumbing is already, the plumbers are already started?
They already started putting the things up, but the underfloor
Upstairs.
heating is what they, so this is all plumbing.
Right, so the underfloor heating is going to be done by the same people as the,
The plumbers.
Plumbers.
That's what
Yeah.
who does it? Yeah, plumbers.
so when is that starting? This week or next week?
No. Well, I mean, effectively started. They're planning the work or doing whatever it is. I mean, I don't know when they actually will start doing the back work. Oh, what I can tell, what I am waiting for is a solar panel people will determine exactly how to do it. So that thing, the underfloor heating is a little bit on hold because obviously I don't send you all the emails.
Yeah.
What happened is that we sent.
Let me come up first, yeah?
Okay, come on, sir.
Okay, started.
Effectively, no real change up here. There isn't much that we can do other than it is the plumbing element and the installation, the bath stuff. What was I saying is that we have to meet this requirement for the solar panels.
Yeah.
So we sent the information to the solar panel companies, and most of them said we can't do it because a lot of them are just, they deal with this, these 10 solar panels for £5,000 or £6,000 or whatever. So we had to go to like a proper serious company that understood about it. Eventually our path took us to Chalmer Heating, who was actually given to us by the people that we buy our cylinders from. So they said, look, speak to them, they design whole systems. So they gave us a better solution. Said, look, on the ceiling, on the roof, you don't have the space for conventional solar power. So we suggest that if you have this, we'll give you a solution. A solution that they gave us was with thermal evacuated tubes. This, instead of producing electric, it actually stores heat in the evacuated tubes and transfers the heat to thermal energy in the water. So instead of a cable going up, you have a hose. It looks like a cable, but inside it's actually two hoses. So from this system, you have the water pipe effectively running up to the roof, going through those evacuated tubes and being heated up by solar energy, and then runs back. So it brings it up to a certain level, and so overall, it contributes towards heating the water. So that's how it brings down the cost, etc. However, its power was worked out, and they sent the quotation and the recommendation to Ashmount Consulting, the people who did the cost statement for us, the Code of Sustainable Housing statement. So this went to them. Gemma McLaughlin, same woman who dealt with the issue for this with the council, she wrote back to me last week and she told me, okay, I've had a look at the system and it's not sufficient. It's producing 1.36 kilowatt. What we need is a system that will do a minimum of 2 kilowatts. And to achieve that with evacuated tubes, you need a lot more evacuated tubes than what's been suggested. So you've got an option. Either you can get high power few number or high power solar panels, or we can get more increase the amount of evacuated tube thermal system up there. So now we actually have a figure after this conversation between them. They actually have come to a conclusion as to exactly what we need to do, because the trouble is half the time you don't know, you're trying to guess what energy it is, and they try to get, what you do is 10 panels on the roof, you'll be able to feed so much energy back into the system and earn money, etc. at 3p or whatever the tariff may be, but you're spending at 12, so it's really neither here nor there. As far as the council is concerned, as far as Code of Sustainable Housing, Code 4 is what this new build is supposed to be achieving. It needs to produce 2 kilowatts of solar energy, renewable energy, into the system. That's what it needs. The capacity of the system needs to be that. So we know that. So they've designed something for that, and they sent that over. So where we are now is to place an order with them. This is literally in the last day or so.
So you haven't placed the order yet?
No, still looking at it. I send it back to Gemma to make sure it's okay. Once we're committed with it, we're committed. But they will give us the entire system. So now we've reverted a little bit because they give you the cylinder, the underfloor heating, everything, supply the whole lot. The solar panels and tubes they will send somebody to fit. But the other stuff is normal. Air heating engineers can fit all that. But the whole thing will come from them. And it'll be a guarantee that this
Is it going to be in time? This is my key problem.
Well, yeah, no, the time is, I understand everybody is concerned about time. We're trying to work as quickly as we possibly can. Every day, whenever you come here, apart from that one day we had a lot of rain when the elements were open at that time. I think they only have had, since they've been on site, they've had one day off.
There's not much work done here. I was hoping in 1 week the plumbing would be here. I don't know what has happened in 1 week.
The plumbers have been here. The plumbing has not been here, and I'm telling you why. Because you can't blame people. I'm not going to blame other people. It's our issue to deal with this. But you have dealt with this, and I've been dealing with it. Quite happy to send the emails as soon as I get.
I don't want to know the emails. I wanted to know the delays as they are happening. Saying this is going to be delaying the whole thing by 7 days or 10 days or
don't know.
whatever.
It's in flux. It's in flux. I can't tell you when I send an email off to somebody, and if they take 2 weeks to work something out, I can't do anything about it.
But at this crucial time, I think it's very important because we were hoping to finish 30th of October, and it doesn't look like we're anywhere near that.
No, it's
so
not. I mean,
can you now predict, is it going to be end of November, or do you think it's never going to be end of November?
Okay. Well, how am I supposed to answer that? It's not really. I really can't.
It's really answer. What is holding the
plumbers?
No, the bath and things like that, which probably don't require any of the input from the solar panels.
No, there's nothing holding back the baths and things like that.
So is that not what was supposed to be happen this week?
No. The baths and the things go in once the tiling is done, when everything is finished, and that goes in after you got the things on the floor.
Right.
There's a sequence to everything.
I see.
You can't put the bath and then lift it all up and then put the thing underneath. So the only thing they need, which the people have been provided with, is the dimensions of where the item is going and what size the item is, what type of item it is. We've provided that.
Right.
So the bath, we knew 3 weeks ago what which bath we're going to use, which toilet we're going to use, which sink we're going to use. I've had the meeting with the plumbers myself this week. Telling them exactly how things are going to work. They know that.
Right.
But
so all of the orders for the sanitary work has been placed?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're on call, or there's no delivery?
It's in stock. There's stock items. Because this is a one-off. We haven't chosen anything that they don't have in stock.
Right.
There's so many different baths you can choose from. Choose one which is from stock. So we don't have this issue. If we had to order like 40 bathrooms, then okay, we've only got 20 of these and we've got 15 of these. That's a different. We don't have that headache.
Okay.
So everything is there. We don't even have.
So when do you think that once this guy comes back, he was saying that the order will be placed? Is it this guy who is the Kosh statement provider or whatever? Is that the guy reviewing the quotation now?
Gemma McLaughlin is the woman who she's already had this. I'll send you the email. It's just in the last couple of days that we've had a reply from her. The day I got the reply from her, you can see the dates on it. The day I sent it off to my guy from Chelma Heating, the company called Chelma Heating. I'm dealing with the director, Brent.
So he has come back with a quotation and a feasible solution, and he meets the requirement or whatever.
But I need to make sure that she's happy with it.
Yeah. So
we don't want to take a chance on that. That's it. That's where we're at, and as long as that's the case, we'll place the order straight away.
Okay. So here we've got all the walls and.
This is exactly as it was last time. It's at the stage where the plasters need to come in. When the plasters come, there's only 2 stages left here.
Yeah.
Plastering and then decoration. Right. That's it. Obviously, door hanging, etc. They'll put the door casing with the carpenters will do that. But these are the final fixes. The first fix of the electric is done, which is the big 80 done.
Right.
So everything is in place for that. Once the plaster is done, then they'll hang the doors, obviously, otherwise you get everything plastered in plaster.
Okay. All right. So now we are downstairs, Solveig, and
There's a tanking going on, but the important thing is,
yeah,
it wasn't this. Where the bulk of the work has been is behind it. Look at the level of the finish of the surface now. Can you see where the water comes
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
And to get it out, you put the plastering on, it falls off. Put the plastering on, it falls off. Put the
Right.
plastering on, it falls off. That's what you have to contend with. That's
Right.
normal. I mean, that's it. But it's a painstaking process.
Right.
It took them 2 weeks to do this down here.
right. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
this
now
thing is
that's being
relatively
done,
simple.
and that's no longer going to hold us up.
No,
It's
well,
dried enough.
It's still wet, but it doesn't matter. It
doesn't matter.
Because the channel's already in.
Right.
The water is, if we get water now, it
Yeah.
just seeps down, goes down the side,
Yeah.
and it goes in there. Unless you get really heavy rainfall.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's-
and then
this
this wall we have already done
Yeah.
all
So
this.
this is done up to here.
Yeah.
Now that this is here, we
Yeah.
can do the pillar over here
Right.
for the door.
Yeah.
We have to pull the pillar over there
Right,
as well.
right.
But there is a little bit of a redesign
Right.
over there just because of the housing of all the
Yeah.
bits and bats. Now, originally the design was just a little nib here just to get the door as minimum as possible,
Yeah.
keep it all open. But the thing is, out here is where we're going to keep the washing machine and this and that. There's so many other items. They've all got to go here. So
Right.
where do you put everything?
So we're going to put this white thing all over, or this
Yes.
is
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
all the way around.
Yes, indeed. But
Yes.
the difference, if you see why we haven't taken it outside at the moment, we're waiting for this to be done. Right. This is the concrete plinth on which which is going to be forms the opening.
Yeah.
And this is the area going in, etc., etc. So you can see this is the opening.
Right.
This is the light that we're going to get inside,
Right.
which was why we did a redesign for that. Now you can see how important that is.
Yeah.
To make that into a door. So that's going to be made into a door. We're
Right.
waiting for bricks to arrive, and then
Yeah.
that'll be made into a door.
Right.
Of 1400 wide. So you get a by-four door there as well.
Right.
Okay. So we got light from there and whatever light we can get from here.
Right.
And
So
we'll just put, that's what we're waiting for basically.
Right.
But the tanking here, this is done. Now the stud work will go straight onto this.
right. So now show me. We were saying that Delta will come and inspect this
They will
thing.
inspect that.
Yes.
And they say, okay, that's fine, you've done that properly.
Yeah.
And they will inspect this bit as well. Now, why we've done this separately is, this is effectively the outside.
Yeah.
See that of course, the water is behind that.
Right.
That the wet area is behind it. You don't ever dry anything, you just manage the water.
Right.
So the wet area is behind it.
Right.
So the wall will always remain damp, and any
Right.
water will seep in behind the membrane.
Right.
And it'll trickle down. And that's why it overlaps this direction.
Right.
Okay? So any water will just trickle down.
So Delta is going to come and see this.
They will inspect that.
When is it that they're going to come?
As soon as we put this one up.
Ah, so you're waiting for the
We don't
whole
want to
thing.
call them twice, so just do the whole thing one go.
Yeah.
They're gonna pour the concrete, I could have called, tomorrow they're gonna do the concrete. So the weekend, by Monday, this is gonna be completely dry. Dry enough for us to put a fixing in it.
Right.
That's what, I mean, it'll be dry enough to walk in, if not tomorrow, the day after.
Yeah.
But dry enough to.
Then
actually-
they will put this bottom bit.
Yeah, they'll put the
Yeah.
bottom bit, but you see, we need this removed. This will
Yeah.
remove, this goes through,
Yeah.
the white membrane will be extended. But you see, over here, you don't have any, this black stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Here you have it, there you don't.
Right.
So we have to do
Put
the
the
same
black
over there,
stuff.
put the black stuff around this, because this can't work on this.
Right.
You don't put that under a soffit,
Right.
okay? So you have to seal it up.
Put that black stuff first, yeah?
Exactly, and there's some bitumen coating that you have to pay
Right.
on the soffits.
So that you're going to do during the next 3 days or whatever, or you're going to
Next
do
week,
after?
no, after this is taken out and dried.
Right.
It can still be wet, as long as it's taken strength.
Yeah.
It needs 72 hours to take about, 90% strength, or 70, 80% strength, so it's fine.
Right.
That'll be on, then we can put that in and then overlap with that.
Right.
That's the hole for the electric.
Yeah.
So as soon as this is done, we'll put that through there as well.
Right. And you'll put another hole there for the water, is it? Or you said something?
Yeah, that has to go over there.
Yeah.
But you see, that one we managed to get in, it's flexible.
Yeah.
And not just flexible, electric comes in at 600 millimeters below the ground level. So that you can see it's about 2 foot below the ground level,
Yeah.
roughly. So that's okay. So electric it works with. Drainage is a different thing. The drainage has to be at that level up there.
Right.
We don't want it to come too far down because there's going to be a boxing. So you
Right.
don't have this boxing lower down.
Yeah.
So that boxing, so that the boxing is minimum and goes through there, that's what we need to put that in for. Okay,
Right.
it needs to be as close as possible to that.
Okay.
ਬਾਹਰ ਦਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਮੋਟਾ ਹੋਣ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ, ਪਰ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਇੱਕ ਇੱਕ ਪੁੱਛੋ।
All the scaffolding is out and lying here. It's got to go out probably or wait for solar panels, whatever. The back is much more clearer, less waste and things here. And perhaps you can see the extent of the garden now. It's coming from there to here, up to the tree, I think. That's the garden. You can see probably the extent of the garden is equal to, from the end of that, 1, 2 and 3 tiles. That tree at the back is not in part of the garden. I think the end of the bricks show that.